A higher salary will almost never make you wealthy on its own. I know that sounds wrong. We're taught from day one that the bigger the paycheck, the bigger the freedom. Get good grades, get a good job, ask for a raise, climb the ladder, and eventually you'll make it. But the math says otherwise. Today, I'm going to show you why chasing a raise is actually the slowest way to get rich and the 5-step blueprint you should be following instead. Picture this. You finally get that raise you've been chasing for 2 years. Your salary jumps from $60,000 to $70,000. You feel proud. You feel validated. All those late nights, all those extra projects, all that biting your tongue in meetings, it finally paid off. But then a strange thing happens. 6 months later, you're still living paycheck to paycheck. The extra money just disappeared. Rent went up a little, you upgraded your car because your old one felt embarrassing now, you started eating out more because you deserve it now, a few subscriptions crept in, a nicer gym, better clothes for the new role. None of it felt reckless in the moment. Each purchase felt small, reasonable, earned. Suddenly, you're staring at your bank account wondering, wait, didn't I just get a raise? Why does it feel like nothing changed? It's because of a truth nobody tells you. A raise doesn't make you wealthy. It just makes you comfortable enough to spend more. And here's the part that stings a little. This isn't a personal failure. It's not because you're bad with money or lack willpower. It's because the entire system, marketing, social comparison, even well-meaning friends, is built to help you spend a raise the moment it lands. Let's look at the math, because this is where what I call the salary trap becomes visible. Imagine 2 people, same age, same starting point. Person A earns $50,000 a year and invests $500 every single month no matter what. Person B works twice as hard, chases every promotion, and eventually earns $100,000 a year. But because Person B upgrades their life with every raise, a bigger apartment, a newer car, more travel, they save close to nothing. Fast forward 20 years. Person A, with the smaller salary, has grown that consistent $500 a month at a 9% average return into nearly $400,000, real, liquid, working wealth. Person B has a nice car sitting in the driveway, a closet full of good clothes, some great memories from vacations, and close to $0 in assets. Twice the income for 2 decades and functionally nothing to show for it in terms of actual net worth. Now run that forward another 10 years, because this is where it gets brutal. Person A's money keeps compounding, even without adding another dollar, and could realistically cross $900,000 to $1 million by year 30, just from growth on what was already invested. Person B, meanwhile, is still one job loss away from financial panic, regardless of how impressive their resume looks. The biggest wealth gap in this country isn't between people who earn a lot and people who earn a little. It's between people who let their spending rise with their income and people who don't. So why do we do this to ourselves? It isn't a lack of discipline, it's psychology. We treat a raise like permission to finally buy the life we think we're supposed to have at this age, in this job, at this stage of our career. It's called lifestyle inflation, and it's silent. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't feel like a mistake in the moment. It feels like a reward you earned. There's also a social piece to this. When you get promoted, people notice. Coworkers notice your new title. Friends notice if your lifestyle doesn't match your new role. There's an unspoken pressure to look like your paycheck, even if looking like your paycheck is exactly what keeps you broke. And here's the trap within the trap. The more you earn, the more convincing the justifications become. I work this hard, I deserve this car. I'm stressed all the time, I deserve these trips. Every single one of those statements can be true and still be the reason you're 45 years old with a great job title and no real financial cushion. Chasing a raise is like running on a treadmill. You're working harder, you're sweating more, the display says you've covered 5 miles, but you're still standing in exactly the same spot. To get off the treadmill, you don't need to run faster. You need a different blueprint entirely. Step 1. Track your savings rate, not just your salary. Your salary is a vanity metric. It looks impressive on paper, it sounds good when someone asks what you do, but it tells you almost nothing about your actual financial trajectory. Your savings rate, the percentage of your income you actually keep and invest, is the number that determines when you get to be free. Someone earning $50,000 with a 20% savings rate is quietly outbuilding someone earning $150,000 with a 2% savings rate. Not eventually, consistently, year after year. If you don't know your savings rate right now, that's step 1 before anything else. Figure out exactly what percentage of your income you're actually keeping. Step 2, use the 50% raise rule. The moment you get a raise, capture it before you feel it. Take exactly half of the increase and automate it directly into your investment account before it ever touches your checking account, before your lifestyle has a chance to notice it exists. So if you get a $500 a month raise, $250 goes straight into investments, automatically, immediately. You still get to enjoy the other $250 today. You get a real, tangible upgrade to your life. But your future self is getting paid first, every single time, without you having to rely on willpower. You never miss what you never see land in your checking account.
Step 3. Separate your identity from your income. A lot of people quietly tie their self-worth to their job title or their salary number. But wealth isn't about how impressive your title sounds at a dinner party. It's about what keeps working for you while you sleep, while you're on vacation, while you're sick, while you're between jobs. Stop buying things to look like the salary you earn. Nobody is handing out trophies for looking successful while your net worth sits at 0. The people who are quietly wealthy almost never look like it because they spent decades letting their money grow instead of letting it perform for an audience. Step 4. Build income that doesn't require more of your time. Chasing a raise means trading more hours, more stress, more office politics for more money. But there's a hard ceiling here. You only have so many hours in a day, and eventually no promotion can buy you more of them. True wealth building means shifting some of your energy toward assets that pay you without a time trade. Index funds that grow whether you're working or not. Dividend-paying stocks that send you cash every quarter, real estate that collects rent while you sleep, even a small side business that can eventually run with systems instead of your constant attention. It's slower to build at first and far less glamorous than a promotion announcement, but it's not capped by your job title, your boss's opinion of you, or your industry's ceiling. Step 5. Let compounding do the heavy lifting instead of your job title. Here's what most people never fully internalize. The most powerful wealth building tool isn't a bigger paycheck, it's time. Let's look at a real example. Imagine you invest just $500 a month consistently, no extra bonuses, no raises factored in at all. At a 9% average annual return, after 25 years, you'd have roughly $480,000. You only contributed $150,000 of that yourself. The other $330,000 came purely from growth, from compounding quietly working in the background while you lived your life. Push that same habit to 30 years instead of 25, and the number crosses roughly $800,000. 5 extra years, same monthly contribution, and the growth curve steepens dramatically, because that's what compounding does. It rewards time far more than it rewards a bigger paycheck arriving late in the game.
That is the power of a blueprint over a paycheck. A raise gives you more money today. A blueprint gives you more freedom for the rest of your life. A raise buys you a better lifestyle today. Building wealth buys you options tomorrow. It buys you the freedom to walk away from a job that no longer fits, or a boss who doesn't respect you, or a career path that's quietly draining you. It buys you the ability to say no to things money used to force you to say yes to. None of this means you should stop asking for raises. Fair pay matters, especially early in your career, and you should absolutely advocate for yourself. But a raise should be the beginning of your wealth building, not the whole plan. The goal isn't to chase a bigger number forever. The goal is to stop believing that the next raise will finally fix everything, when really it's what you do with the money you already have that determines your future. The earlier you stop chasing the number on your paycheck and start building assets instead, the sooner you actually own your time. So I want to hear from you. Are you currently focused on chasing your next raise, or have you already started building your wealth blueprint? Let me know in the comments.